Hey, this is Notser, and this is the Tier 9 US Battleship, Iowa. It has 9 main guns, 20 secondary guns, 116 AA guns, a surface detection of 12.5 kilometers, top speed 30.5 knots, total health 79,000. For my modules, reduce crit chance on main battery, increase AA range, increase main battery accuracy, reduce the chance of flooded fire, faster rudder shift, concealment. For my commander, situation awareness, basic survivability, faster turret traverse, superintendent, manual AA, and concealment again. We are on the map Tears of the Desert, and we spawn in the northwest side of the map. We're looking to move towards A as a team, maybe capture it for our team, and put pressure on the enemy that appears to also be moving towards A. I would say probably 70% of my experience on the map is from the north side of the map, both for the northwest spawn and the southeast spawn. So I really don't know what to expect. Now, an enemy is attempting to capture A, most likely one of the 3 destroyers. We don't see them. I am spotted. This enemy Izumo is about to come around the island, and he looks like he could be a valid target for our guns. We're scouted. There's no reason to hold our fire at this point. There's nothing to hide. Now we of course try, and oh, that was ugly, hideous. 1,300 points of damage. 2 destroyers are scouted though by B. So we do confirm, basically, that all 3 enemy destroyers are near A and B. That's a little scary. As a battleship, of course, you are the primary target for destroyers most of the time. Now we are going to try again on the Izumo. We're getting a little bit better angle as we move closer and closer to the Izumo. And we get a nice Citadel, 18,000 points of damage, and he's full broad. Of course we're going to be able to penetrate you, man. You can't do that. He's too locked in to the friendly battleship that is just west of my position. And he's not paying attention to his angling. Now he's a little afraid at this point. Why wouldn't you be afraid? You took 18,000 points of damage, plus you're taking damage from the cruiser and the battleship. Now, the Izumo has too much angling. I choose to fire on the Iowa for no other reason than he's perfectly broadside. I can't pass this up. And I'm glad I didn't. 20,000 points of damage. Both Tier 9 battleships have already sustained 38,000 points of damage in just the first 4 minutes of the game. They are in trouble if they continue this course of action. Now the Iowa doesn't seem to get it. You just took a huge broadside shot from your opponent, and yet he still doesn't have good angling. We're going to try and punish him again. Thankfully, he doesn't try to fire on the stationary battleship. I don't know why. Maybe he felt like the angling was a little too harsh on my ship. But oh, there's an Atlanta. Why, Atlanta? Why? We're going to try and back up a little bit, give him a little bit of space. The Izumo might show all of his side again. And I was pondering the possibility that I could fire on his position, but I noticed that he's turning back away from me. The enemy Iowa fires on us. 9K. That's fair, but it isn't a lot. Now this enemy Atlanta is a threat. He has torpedoes. We fire and we get 16,000 points of damage. Friendly cruiser and friendly battleship follow up and take out the Atlanta just like that. I took a quick check to see if my back gun could fire on the Iowa. It could not. I would have to change my angling. Enemy torpedoes, though, are headed straight for the friendly cruiser, and he's not going to survive. It looks like he put out the flood, but the Mogami finished the deal. Now our front guns are ready to go. The stationary Iowa has angling that is good enough that I don't think I can Citadel him, but we'll be able to do some damage to the enemy. And he's moving a little bit. Open it up. We do 6K, 7K damage. He returns fire. He does 4K. He interrupts our ability to capture the base, but just because we can't capture it doesn't mean it's not worth our time. We are denying points to the enemy. And here we go. Broadside Iowa. Let's see how much damage we can do. So we let it fly. We get a Citadel with the first shell that makes contact, by the way, and we finish him off. Have no idea how much theoretical damage we could have done there, but I bet it would have been a lot. you just can't show your broadside to a good battleship captain. Not anymore, at least. There are just too many good players out there that will punish, and I'm trying to punish the Mogami. We got our back gun in position just in time to fire over the island. 2 look really good. Is it gonna be it? Ah, we just barely. That was so close. We barely missed the waterline and the Citadel. This enemy Benson shows up and he's 100% of our attention. I don't care what class I am. We're able to do 7K. That's not bad. 7K with AP, I'll take that. The Benson torpedoes, not successful. I think he actually used widespread. We're not close enough for widespread. You need narrow spread. Narrow spread should be used almost exclusively. The only exception would be if you're extremely close to a target and you just need 1 to hit. You spread it out. There's no time for them to maneuver in between. Plus, they're so close. You should have success that way. Otherwise, you really do need it as tight as you can, and we capture the base just in the nick of time. The Mogami probably realized we would capture it. He actually fired before we captured it, but the travel time was not in his favor. So we have a 2-to-1 advantage, but we are down a ship and down points. But friendly fixes that right quick. The Benson dies to something. Probably flooded out. Maybe he burned down. I don't know. I'm glad he's dead, because destroyers are not fun to deal with when you can't detect them. We fire on the Mogami just before he disappears, and we get a Citadel. No! What did we do? How close is he to dead? I need to know this. I want to kill him. But the Benson let go torpedoes. We have to be careful. I'm going to sail away. I'm going to try and meet up with my team. It looks like the enemy has an advantage, and they're pushing it at sea. Whereas we have 2 battleships and a cruiser that would be very helpful to the team's success if we can get in range. I'm just barely in range of the Pensacola, definitely in range of the Ibuki, but it's not ideal. 17 kilometers is not easy, and I make a little mistake. I call it a Byoko, not a Mogami. It was a Mogami, Notser. You fired on it at least 5 times. You can't remember that? Yeah, I'm sorry, okay? You get the idea, okay? It's a Japanese cruiser, great HE, has torpedoes. Everyone understands what you're talking about. So as we're sailing towards the enemy, they have 2 destroyers, 2 cruisers, and of course that cruiser, the Mogami, is probably going to avoid contact for the rest of the match. Knowing how much I can Citadel for, he's probably under 5,000 hit points. But what's really working against us is the friendlies are pulling these enemies away from us. Now we see everyone. Everyone's visible on the map. Very rare, except for the Mogami, of course. And then they disappear because they pop smoke and the friendly destroyer is defeated. Just you, Mogami. And you're not getting out of this one. You can't hide behind a island large enough. He's taken a lot of fire from the Ibuki, probably the destroyers and smoke as well. We get to see them just as the Mogami is in the last moments on this earth. And considering firing on the Ibuki, which we do, of course. Why not? We weren't visible, but now we are. And the enemy, of course, understands. Oh, yes, yes, yes! Are you serious? Are you serious? And look at who shows up, that enemy Mogami. It wasn't an easy shot, but he was showing his side at the perfect moment. We had a chance. And we missed it. Hopefully, we won't miss our opportunity again. Now, I would prefer that the Amagi go after the Mogami. He is a lower tier, and he's closer. The Ibuki shows back up, and he's broadside. So I'm going to fire on his position. We elevate the gun ever so slightly because it looks like he's moving away on the minimap, and we can confirm that. So far, so good. Come on! Oh, yes! So good! Ah, devastating strike. We earn Confederate, and we wipe out the Ibuki. And he gives me a face. Hey, man. You were showing your side, okay? I realize you're probably repositioning to set up another attack. We were able to... And he unsubscribes. No, don't leave! Okay, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. But another target, a Pensacola, showing his side. We, of course, are going to try the broadside again. We elevate the gun because he's moving away, and he's able to dodge it. Dang it. Now, the Amagi took out the Megami, which is very helpful. Now that we know where all the remaining enemies, we don't have to worry about someone magically appearing behind us or to our flank. They are all generally in front of us. Now I'm almost ready to go, and the Pensacola is showing his side again. We have to punish, right? 16-kilometer shot. It's not easy. Okay, he's coming towards us ever so slightly, so we depress the gun. Now this is a pretty long shot. You've got to consider every action and then rethink it again. And we get 8,500 points of damage. The fire is almost out. We can use one of our heal charges. We've only used one so far this game. It's like the enemy doesn't want to fire on our position. Of course, whenever you're landing big shots at long range, how can they? There's only a couple ships in the game that can reach out and effectively engage at 17 kilometers. Remember, there's 2 destroyers out there, and that's terrifying. We don't have any way of scouting them without them fully aware of our exact position. I'm hoping that the friendly cruiser will go forward a little bit and maybe run into them, and then I could follow it up. But the Pensacola showing his side again. What is he doing? He's coming towards us, so we depress the gun, and we're going to follow it in. Come on. Looking good so far. Come on. Yes. We get devastating strike. 2 Citadels, high caliber, and we destroy that Pensacola. Just the 2 enemy destroyers left, and this is very, very scary. He is scouted by the friendly, so we're not going to run into those torpedoes. I'm just waiting on the reload in order to fire on his position. We have AP loaded, and I unload my AP, switch to HE. No reason to really keep AP loaded with the 2 destroyers left, and we lose the friendly cruiser. Oh no. This is an issue, a real issue. There's probably a destroyer in that smoke. We are being scouted because we're a giant battleship, even with great detectability. And I do mean great detectability. We only give up 2 kilometers to cruisers with concealment builds. That's insane. We are so much more powerful than a cruiser would ever be. But against a destroyer, they definitely outmatch us. Now, I'm trying to move forward. This might be dumb. It is dumb. But when have I not been aggressive? I feel like I can kill every single target if I'm given the opportunity. So far, we haven't been given an opportunity to attack the destroyers other than that one time on that enemy Loyang. We haven't had it. We know we are detected by a ship. The smoke is gone. We're gonna run into them somewhere in front of us. I just know it. Where are you? It's so annoying. Oh, we get a chance. Oh, crap. Are you kidding me? The one time we get sight of the enemy ship, we have to continue to maneuver. The guns aren't in position. The Loyang is able to disappear before we're ever given an opportunity. So we just need to avoid dying to those torpedoes, and it looks like we're going to be able to. There looks to be a gap just large enough for the Iowa-class battleship. I would say it's about Panama Canal wide. For those who don't know, the Iowa-class battleship just barely can pass through the Panama Canal, and oh, the other destroyer crisscrossing. How many are we going to take? We're going to take 1. Looks like we're going to take 2 more. Oh, this is going to hurt. Propulsion's knocked out. Oh, okay, steering. Everything was knocked out. We're able to survive. We've got 20,000 hit points left. I do choose to use my damage control, and we, of course, use our heal. We're detected. Those 2 destroyers are just a little bit too late in their attempt to kill me. The game is going to end before any of us go down. This game was awesome. I can't believe how many broadside citadels we were able to get. We completely destroyed 2 ships. We assisted in destroying 2 other battleships. Just a great game in the Iowa. I love the ship. I love the concealment build. I really can't say enough about it. Look at this game. Now, we were rocking the permanent camo. I just wanted to see. It's not really worth the doubloons, but it is 100% XP. We earned 2 devastating, high caliber Confederate, 3 kills, 3,080 base XP. Just a solid hard carry. That was great. Look at the Udaloy. The guy did a fantastic job for his team, just not enough. We did 170,000 points of damage. That is great. I hope you enjoyed seeing the Iowa-class battleship. We have definitely improved in her. Last couple of weeks have been scary for the enemy team. Now, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.